For Salem, senior linebacker Tyler Hill delivered a 58-yard pick six in that victory, but Hoops.com likes number 12 Newport by 3 over Riverview.
Also in the 2 AAA, Melbourne, an 18-point road favorite at Salem. Let's go to the 3-3A, where 9th-ranked Hoxie will visit Palestine Wheatley.
David Hoxie, sophomore wide receiver Caden Glenn caught 4 passes last week, 157 yards and 3 touchdowns in a blowout of Harrisburg. Hoops.com likes Hoxie big again, this time by 42 at Palestine Wheatley.
It's time for Yellow Jacket football. The Yellow Jackets are looking for a bounce-back year as they return the majority of all key and skill positions. So follow along for some exciting Clinton Yellow Jacket football action right here on KHPQ. Tonight's game is brought to you by these fine sponsors: First Security Bank, Conway Regional Medical Center, Justin's Collision Repair and Towing, Joe Lee Chevrolet, The River Company Insurance Company, Blagg Law Firm, Davis Cash Lumber, Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Ozark Health Medical Center, by Goods Cash Saver, and by all the fine Yellow Jacket boosters. Tonight's live video stream on YouTube and Facebook, brought to you by Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and by First Arkansas Bank and Trust. And the player of the game each week, brought to you by First Arkansas Bank and Trust in Clinton. Now, let's join our announcers for tonight's game. KHPQ Sports Director Jeff Hall and announcer Mike Hawley. Get ready for tonight's Yellow Jacket football action on KHPQ.
Jeff Hall, my colleague, joins me. Kelsey Robertson is in the studio tonight in downtown Clinton. You may hear public address announcer Brian Henderson going over the mic right now as the team captains are walking out to midfield for the coin flip. My colleague tells me that they had sent the teams back off the field for a time, that there was some lightning, but it looks like the officials are there, the players are there. I see the Southerners coming back out from the locker room, so I anticipate we're going to have football here at 7 o'clock. There is no rain right now. Of course, there are clouds around us tonight, but last I checked on the weather, it said, hey, next rain may not be till 9:45 tonight. My colleague tells me it's going to be a fast game, so I think we're going to get it in. You want to come out and join us tonight at Jim Tomlinson Field? Come on out. There's room for you. Special activities tonight. They've already had a lot going on. We can update you on that as the night goes on. Maybe at halftime, special recognition ceremony took place before the ball game tonight, and that'll be something to tell you about. For the current players, though, hey, it's a big night. 2 wins, 2 losses on the season. Coming off a big win last week at Central Arkansas Christian, coming back home, facing their second conference opponent of the season, a familiar foe in the Southside Batesville Southerners through the past few years, and looking forward to this game tonight. Now, as the coaches are coming to the sideline, the captains are out on the field. Let's go ahead and keep it here. Let's throw it to Mike Holly. Let's get you set for the kickoff.
Yeah, we already had a great opening ceremony with the team from the past, but as you said, for the team of the future, this is a huge ball game. The Yellow Jackets opened the conference schedule last week. They're 2-2 on the year, but more importantly, they're 1-0 on the season. And they take on a really good Southside team tonight, a team that was preseason number 3 picked by the coaches in the conference. Southside comes in with a record of 2 wins, 2 losses. They're 0-1, but do not be deceived as they played Stuttgart off their feet last week. They led in the fourth quarter before Stuttgart scored 14 points in the final quarter to pull out a 21-18 victory over Batesville Southside. And they'll come in tonight, and they're a big school. Next year they'll be Class 5A, so they have plenty of enrollment and facilities, and the Yellow Jackets will have their hands full tonight. It'll be a mirror image as both of these teams run the wing T offense. Former coach Kenny Simpson now back at Southside as the offensive coordinator. He is a wing T guru, writes books, videos, things like that, and he's back on the sideline with this Batesville Southside team. They got a senior quarterback, and they got an outstanding running back and an outstanding tight end, and we'll talk more about those tonight. But senior quarterback Landon Harris, he's already ran for almost 500 yards this season. In fact, he had 135 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns a couple of weeks ago against Mayflower. Also, senior tight end Alex Cooper had a 60-yard touchdown pass last week to set up one of those touchdowns against Stuttgart. Both these teams, they're going to be mirror images. It's going to come down to the line of scrimmage. And both teams pride themselves on outstanding blocking at the line of scrimmage, and it may be tonight. It's 2 good teams that feature offensive lines, and which one can gain control of the line of scrimmage. That may be the difference in the ball game tonight. Yellow Jackets come in again shorthanded, not as bad as last week when a third of the roster was out, with 11 players out last week. When the Yellow Jackets with that big 50-20 win last week over CAC, but the Yellow Jackets still do. They have about 5 of those players back this week. Jacob Hutto, Cody Davis still out at linebacker, and that's going to put a lot of pressure this week on the linebackers. Last week was a wide-open spread team, not as much pressure on the linebackers. This week, with a wing T running game and with motion in the backfield, there's going to be a lot of pressure on those linebackers for the Yellow Jackets. So that's one thing we'll have to watch tonight. Can they play that they did last week against CAC? And so we're on moments away from kickoff here. Yellow Jackets will receive the kick to open the ball game. Crowd still arriving here. I think the rain's going to hold off. So if you're in the area, come on down. And this is a huge ball game here tonight on a football Friday night in Clinton.
Hey, and if you want to watch tonight, I got the notification earlier, Facebook Live, KHPQ Facebook page, also the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel. Tune in now. The kick, short kick, popped up, fielded at the 39. The Yellow Jackets will have it there. If you are watching, it's the Yellow Jackets tonight in gold pants, black jerseys, gold helmets. I don't know if I've seen that look this year. Got some new, that may be new black jerseys. We've seen the new white jerseys, so got a good look. The Southerners, navy pants, white jerseys, gold helmets. So both gold helmets again this week, just like last week at Central Arkansas Christian. But glad you could be with us. However, on the radio or on the video, let's settle in for this ball game tonight. The Yellow Jacket offense out. Harley Tobin, the junior quarterback, in the shotgun, looking to his left. I think that may be Nathan Witt back this week. Shotgun snap, fake to Witt, quick pass out to Nick Epley. And that ball's going to hit the turf. He reached down, picked it up, but the official right there, I think he's going to say that maybe just the football just touched the grass, and that'll be incomplete. We saw that last week on that pass to the sideline from Tobin out, and that's successful on that last week, and then yards after the catch. They go to it early tonight.
Well, you hate that, too, because he had a 6, 7, 8-yard cushion to catch that ball. He's going to get positive yardage. The pass was just underthrown. The warm-ups were cut a little bit short. Not sure if maybe that affected Harley on that pass, but because of lightning in the area, the Yellow Jackets would not get fully warmed up.
Middle of the field, out of the slot. That's Zane Widener on the carry across the 40 to the 41, maybe a 2-yard pickup. Hey, if you were listening last week, it was Zane Widener, the youngster, only a sophomore, but we're going to say he had the highlight reel, a career night. Hopefully he's got many more nights to come over the next 3 years. But picked up 4 touchdowns in the ball game, almost 200 yards rushing, catching. It was a fantastic night for Zane Widener.
Yeah, he was able to display all of his skills, both on the ground through the air, and a nice job on defense.
Fake the handoff to Witt. Tobin's going to roll to his left. Pressure's going to throw back across his body to the middle of the field. Tries to get it up to Brody Emberton, just about a step or 2 in front of him. Couldn't pull it in. And incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th and 8. The Yellow Jackets are at their own 41-yard line.
And one of the keys tonight will be moving the football. This may be the best defense in the conference. They've only given up 15 points a ball game, and that they have played Stuttgart and they have played Pocahontas. So they are very stingy, and the Yellow Jackets already 3 and out here on this first series.
I don't know if we saw a punt last week, did we? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Tobin and Widener will set up in a traditional-looking offensive set in the shotgun, but then Widener's going to drop back. Looks like he would be the kicker, but there's a 5-yard penalty, false start on the Yellow Jackets, so back them up 5. So it certainly looks like the Yellow Jackets will be punting from inside their own 40-yard line.
Southside gives up 15 points a game while averaging 30 on offense.
And it will be Widener, kind of a short drop. The kick will be high in the air, and it's going to hit at the 29-yard line of Batesville. Roll to the 26. Southerners have it there when we return. You're listening to the KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
FL Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. FL Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. FL Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit FL Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
First down attempt by the Southerners. Running play on second down. It'll be up near a first down at about the 36-yard line. And they did that looked like a little bit of a wing tee like the Yellow Jackets. Had a couple of backs, one going right, one going left. Kind of a little misdirection or trying to move the linemen by there at the line of scrimmage. Quick snap, handoff again this time. Looks to be good for a first down. It'll be to the 39. Southerners will have it there, moving left to right.
We talked about Kenny Simpson back as the offensive coordinator. Head coach is Brian Reardon, but Kenny Simpson back about 8 years ago. He was the second coach in Southside. They've been playing since 2006. He really built the foundation. And for teams that started in the last 10 years or so, probably Batesville, Southside, Quitman, and Melbourne, probably the most successful in the most recent startup programs.
Second down, double handoff in the backfield, but dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Going to be a loss on the play. Back to the 37. Josh Witt on the tackle.
Yeah, coming off that backside, Josh Witt tracked down the double handoff, made the tackle. They call this Kenny Simpson calls this the gun tee offense. It's a wing tee, but he runs it out of the shotgun. They run the same exact plays, but mostly out of a spread formation. But the basic wing tees, what they call the buck sweep or the trap, they just run it right out of a shotgun formation.
Looks to be a pass, roll to the left. Going to throw it on the sideline. Caught, hung on, and that should be good for a first down across the 50 up the Yellow Jacket 48. First down for the Southerners.
Senior quarterback Landon Harris. He's mainly a runner, but as you saw there on that comeback route, they made a nice throw on the first down. They'll roll him out. He's an RPO. That's a run-pass option quarterback, and he runs first, throws second, but got a first down there.
Landon Haas, they list him at 6 foot 180. Doesn't look like he could be 6 foot tall. I don't know. But
now in this gun tee offense, I was watching some of it today on online, but they'll do a lot of those double handoffs, reverses, toss sweeps out of that. But it's a wing tee in a spread formation.
Handoff to the left side. No gain on this one. Might have lost a yard. Football is now back at after the penalty. That would put it at the Southerners, their own 47-yard line. Landon Rose that time with the tackle and the loss on the play. So second down and 15. Ball's on the far hash, the visiting side. A lot of Southerners made their way over from Batesville. Takes you about an hour and 15 minutes or so to get to Southside up on the mountain. Shotgun snap, put it in the belly, handoff behind the line of scrimmage. Zang Widener with a tackle back at the Southerners 40. And the Yellow Jacket defensive line and linebackers, they're doing a fantastic job here early of getting in the Southerner backfield. And that's going to be a loss of 4, if not 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, talking to the coaching staff this week, and from last week's, the players out, Widener, he appears to be lined up a lot of times in the linebacker slot, but he's really not considered a linebacker, more of a floating defensive end, also a hybrid type corner. He used the speed that time. They probably saw that on film this week because he came down and just blew up that basically a jet sweep out of that shotgun formation.
So 3rd and 20. Here we go. Looking to pass out of the shotgun. Looking left. Pressure's going to heave. Throw it left as far as he can. 2 defenders is well short of anyone. And incomplete, brings up 4th down for the Southerners.
And the Jackets brought pressure. Harley Tobin from his inside linebacker spot, and Landon Rose from the other spot came in. Quarterback had to throw it much quicker than he wanted to. The only person had a chance at that one was Brody Emberton, but a good job by the Yellow Jacket defense forcing a punt here on that first possession.
So a couple of first downs by the Southerner to start the drive, but the defense, that looks a lot like last week as the Yellow Jacket defense was in the backfield of the Central Arkansas Christian. Do it here early to the Southerners. Deep kick, fielded clean at the 25, the 30, the 35, up near the 40, back middle of the field, and wrestled down there, but a nice return. I believe that's going to be Nick Epley on the carry, and he'll set the Yellow Jackets up there at the 40-yard line. Second offensive series of the night. 7:54 remain in the first quarter. No score.
Yeah, so the Yellow Jackets need something positive here on first down. If you remember that first series, that incomplete pass on first down really took us off schedule. In this offense, you want something positive on every play. I think, we talked about it last week, too. When he sees Brody here on the near side of the single coverage a lot of times, he has a green light to go to him.
Tobin goes under center, 2 backs behind him. Widener's in the slot. Emberton split left. Quick handoff up the middle. Nick Epley covering the football, spinning all the way up to the 50. That's Nathan Witt, He's going to pick up a first down or be close to it. And he was in a lot of traffic in the middle of the field, but you saw him wrap both arms around the football, just kind of bent over a little bit, and he just kept spinning, and nobody brought him down until he gets 9 on the carry.
Good to have Witt back. Last week we basically had 3 running backs. And part of the time during the ballgame, especially the second half, we bring on a defensive lineman into the backfield, basically act as a blocking back. At least we have a little bit more depth now in the backfield this week.
Same set. In motion goes Widener, but it's a handoff left side, off tackle. Witt gets the carry, 45, tackled from behind, up to the 44. Yellow Jackets on the Southerner side of the 50.
Yeah, just running slant off that left tackle through that to the A gap that time. Yellow Jackets have a first down. No, Yellow Jacket offensive line probably has the weight advantage up here on the line. Southside, not real big defensive linemen. Of course, they're small, quicker, but the Yellow Jackets may be able to impose their will maybe on that offensive line.
The give Witt this time on the right side off tackle. Has a hole, gets through, gets to the 41. He's tackled there. We'll look at the left side of that Yellow Jacket defensive line. Alex Louder at center. Then you got Josh Witt and Ashton Hoyle. That certainly adds some size and strength on the left side.
Yeah, you like to run behind those big guys, but the Yellow Jacket, in the wing T offense too, you're trying to move people horizontally. You don't have to line up, and try to mash somebody into the ground. You just try to move them horizontally and then run past them. And so that's always been giving the Yellow Jackets a chance to win.
Second down and 8. The give, Tobin out of the back. Epley moving right to left. He's hitting the middle of the backfield. Shakes loose. And finally, it's going to be the third and fourth Southerner, which will get him down. I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage or lost a yard, but again, he's so elusive. Not one of the bigger guys, but he's quick and he's shifty, and a couple of guys had a chance to get him, just couldn't hang on.
Seems like that's the third time we've tried to run the sweep or the trap, and they run the same thing. They get right in the gap, and it's stopped it all 3 times. If you've got speed, defensively you try to, run people down, don't let them get to the outside. If you got strength, you want to run right at them. And so those interior running plays have been effective so far tonight against that smaller Southside defensive line.
3rd and 9, 2 receivers to the left. Tobin rolls to the left. Now he's going to step up and go down as the defensive pressure will take him down at the 48-yard line. Going to be a loss of about 4 on the play. Going to bring up 4th and long. Let's call it 4th and 13. The Yellow Jackets on the southern side of the 50. They might go for it here, but we'll see as Tobin and Widener will be in the backfield.
I think we had miscommunication on that pass route that time. Epley and Emberton on this side of the field. Southside had a safety come over the top with double coverage, but I think the Yellow Jackets will be content to try to kick Southside deep. Southside has nobody back.
And they won't drop back until Widener steps back to kick, so that'll allow him to kick the football over the head or past the Southern's defender. It'll take a Yellow Jacket roll inside the 10 back to the 9-yard line. Good kick, good field position defensively for the Yellow Jackets. 4:46 remaining in the first quarter. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
I'm Dr. Tony Manning with Conway Regional Surgical Associates, and we're proud to provide our patients with some of the most advanced surgical procedures in Central Arkansas. Conway Regional continues to invest in the latest surgical technology, and with our team of highly trained and skilled surgeons, we can provide treatment for a variety of conditions, including advanced, minimally invasive colon surgery. You'll find the comprehensive surgical care you deserve at your community's hospital. To learn more, visit conwayregional.org or call 501-327-4828.
Life is better with football and with First Security. We have the resources and the know-how to tackle your needs, plus a local team you can count on. So you're making better plays because First Security is making better happen during this season and every season. What's your better? Get there with us. Stop by your local First Security Banking Center or visit us online at fsbank.com today. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
A couple of plays. Quarterback keeper picks up 9 on first down, but then they're going to lose a yard on second down. Kind of a low shotgun snap, kind of had to get it off the turf and went down. Now it's 3rd and 2 quickly here for the Southerners. They've got the football at their own 17-yard line.
If a great punt by Widener pinned them down to the 9, you would love to get a 3 and out here, force Southside to punt, pick up good field position yourself.
Keeper again by Haas, left side trying to find a seam. I don't know that he's going to make it. He's hit at about the 19, maybe the 18, driven backwards. Maybe it depends on the spot.
By the official.
Oh, and I think they're going to give him a first down coming in from the sideline. It is the call. It's a first down. We're a long way from it. I didn't know if he got that far, but first down for the Southerners at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I know when he hit the ground, he was probably about a yard behind that mark, but they're going to give him up almost to the 20 and a first down.
Shotgun snap, couple of backs, handoff, moving left side off tackle, jumps all the way up to the 30-yard line, goes number 30. I don't have him on the roster with that number.
That's Jacob Dunn. Wingback, that's your leading ball carrier. Strong, stocky young man. That's the wing tee trap, that buck sweep there.
And back-to-back first downs by the Southerners now at their own 30-yard line. Austin the shotgun, a back on each side. They give it again. 30. Again, he hurdles. Would-be Yellow Jacket tacklers going low. And he'll get up to maybe the 38-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. Second down and 2.
Yeah, it's just, as I say, mano a mano up there on the line of scrimmage. Nobody on either team is doing something the other team has not seen before. It's going to come down to execution.
Short side of the field, 2 receivers on the visiting side, 2 backs by Haas. Handoff this time it's on the right side. Turns it back in just a bit. It's going to get right up at the first down marker at the 41. I think that's going to be good for a Southerner first down.
They run a tight end. That's Cooper here on the near side. I was reading about them this week, too. They put a lot of stock in their blocking. Both the running back Dunn and Cooper both graded out last week against Batesville Southside, 90% on their blocking grade. So in this offense, takes good blocking.
Handoff left side up the middle. A lot of room again, tackled up the first down marker. This time at the Yellow Jacket 48. Let me see. So number 30. What name are they calling for him?
Yeah, that's Jacob Dunn.
Jacob Dunn. What have they got? What have we got him on the roster? We have his as another number on here. There it is, number 38. I may be reading that. Is it number 30 or 38? I may be reading that wrong.
I think it's
Jacob
just 30.
Dunn.
But
that looks like 3 same plays. He takes the handoff, moving, then steps down the middle of the field, picks up 10 yards. Pass out of bounds, incomplete for the Southerners. Going to bring up second down. Hey, if you're watching tonight, hey, it's really easy to keep up with the down markers tonight. Oh, look at that new lighted down marker on the visiting side of the field. That's going to make it real easy.
Yeah, courtesy of your Yellow Jacket Booster Club, and I hope everybody saw the new wrapped Yellow Jacket equipment trailer this week. That thing looks great. I want to thank Sign Zone down in Conway for putting that together for us.
Shotgun snap, handoff, put it in the belly of Seth Casey's to the left side of the sideline. He goes out of bounds. We'll see. The first down marker goes down as well. Where did he step out? Stepped out at the 44-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for Southside.
Big play for the Yellow Jacket defense. This drive started back at the 9-yard line, and they've moved into Clinton territory. You want to try to keep Southside in third and long situations.
They might have 2 plays here to pick up a first down if they don't make it. Dunn gets the handoff left side this time. Finally, the Yellow Jackets get a handle on him, and he won't pick up the first down, but he will get to the 41, and that's going to leave the Southerners about 3 yards short, facing 4th and 3 at the Yellow Jacket 41.
Ashton Hall on the tackle that time,
seconds.
So here we go, 4th down.
Quarter. Boy, they don't take much time. Haas is in the shotgun. Let's see if maybe he tries to draw the defense offside with 18 seconds remaining on the play clock. They will snap it. There's still 42 on the game clock here in the first quarter. There's the snap. The give is to Dunn, left side. And he's tackled. He's not going to make it.
Ashton Hall again, a host of other tacklers.
How about that? They've stopped the Southerners twice now. First time a punt, that time on downs, and the Yellow Jacket offense back on the field.
Sophomore Billy Stanley also in on that tackle. He's a good-looking young athlete, sophomore, and the Yellow Jackets take over the football. Yellow Jackets, that looked like almost the same exact play twice, and the Yellow Jackets both times stuffed it out. And now the Jackets have a first down. Now their 3rd attempt at looking at this Batesville Southside defense here.
36 seconds of the first quarter. Tobin's in the shotgun. Back to his left is Witt. Swinging out to the left side, Brody Emberton catches up to the 40, 35, spins, and he'll take tacklers up to the 50-yard line. Brody Emberton, a 9-yard throw and catch, 2nd down and 1. That may be the final play of the first quarter, 20 seconds on the game clock.
Giving him a big cushion, single coverage out here.
No, they're going to play.
We saw that the first play of the game. They come back to it here.
They're going to play quick, look to maybe pick up a first down or draw the Southerners off sides. Tobin goes under center. Now he stands up. 5 seconds. Will he snap it? We're counting down. 2nd and 1, and they will let the first quarter expire. Hey, it's been a fun one. As you said, down to 2 evenly matched teams. They play the same type of offense. It's been fun to watch. No score yet, so stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Saver says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Life is better with football. And with First Security. We have the resources and the know-how to tackle your needs, plus a local team you can count on. So you're making better plays because First Security is making better happen during this season and every season. What's your better? Get there with us. Stop by your local First Security banking center or visit us online at fsbank.com today. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Yep.
Hey, again, a fun first quarter. Again, no scoring, but good game to call. Both teams had 2 possessions apiece, did not score. Clinton with their 3rd. The nose of the football is at the 50, facing 2nd down and 1. Head coach Chris Dufran giving some final instructions to Brody Emberton and Harley Tobin. He's joined out there by Jesse Wilson. You got Joe Hudson and Jordan Benson on the Yellow Jacket coaching staff.
Yellow Jackets looking for the sweep tonight. Both the junior high and the 7th grade won last night down in Independence County.
Tobin goes under center, motion out of the slot, takes the pitch, turns it up inside, a little bit of room, got the first down up to the Southerner 46 on the carry. That's Zane Widener.
One thing I like about that play, Widener with his speed, when they do like toss sweep, it's kind of a counter because Tobin's going left and Widener's coming back to the right, so you kind of freeze those linebackers. But then when you pitch it to Widener, he's already at full speed when he gets it. So you love when Widener's in open space at full speed. Yellow Jackets on the first down at the south side 46.
Tobin under center, quick snap, quick hit up the middle, and taking the pile with him up across the 40 all the way up to the 39-yard line. A pickup of 7 on the carry, Nathan Witt.
Jackets continue to be successful between the tackles. I think that's because the Yellow Jacket, there's nothing fancy between the tackles. You're blocking straight ahead. And I think the Yellow Jackets have a size advantage on the front there. So So far tonight, the Yellow Jackets have had a lot of success running straight ahead between the tackles.
Tobin crouches low under center. The give, moving left to right. It's Epley. Got Southerners hanging on to him from behind, but he'll go forward up across the 35, give him the 34, and that's a Yellow Jacket first down.
And a sign of always Christie Friends running backs. They're always falling forward, even at the tackle. And a first down for Clinton down at the 34-yard line.
Louder's going to set the line at the 34. Tobin turns, gives to Witt. He's in the middle. He's hit, driven backwards. Let's see if he got across the line of scrimmage. We'll give him a yard up to the 33. Bring up second down and 9 for Clinton.
As you got Stanley, if you're watching on TV, him and Witt are already 10 yards down the field blocking. And you got that offensive lineman then from the other side pulling, trying to get through there. Southside, they've seen that play a lot. They kind of plugged up that hole there. And so get a yard here. Sometimes we play teams that not as much accustomed to that. That's a 10-yard, 15-yard gain.
Turn the give is to Widener out of the slot, moving right to left, turns up inside, breaks a tackle, breaks 2, takes on a third, spins away. It'll take 3 Southerners to bring Zane Widener down all the way up at the 9-yard line. That's a pickup of 24 and a first and goal for the Yellow Jackets.
Now, we've seen his speed before. That's nothing new. We've seen his power before, breaking those tackles. That's nothing new. He probably had a great angle if you're watching on TV. When he got to the corner, there was a real narrow gap between the defensive tackle and the defensive end. He got his hips turned and got through that hole, and that's what made the play. The great part of that play was him getting his hips turned as big as he is and getting through that little bitty hole and then getting into the secondary where he could run and run over people. But a great run by Widener.
And that's going to force the Southerners to take a timeout, their first of the half. There's 9 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the quarter. No score in this one, but Clinton's got a first and goal at the Southerner 9. Hey, I looked at the clock. It's 7:25. There might be one excuse for not being here tonight at Jim Tomlinson Field. I don't know. Hey, tonight's movie night. First time in a year and a half, the Gateway Twin Cinema is open tonight. Got a double feature going on in the newly renovated, remodeled Gateway Twin.
I think Sid is there, by the way. Told me this yesterday afternoon. I saw him for just a little bit and said he'd be at the theater tonight. Yeah, it looks great on the outside. New front, new lights. I think steam cleaned and great on the inside. Great to have Hollywood back in Van Buren County.
Well, we're back to action out of the timeout. First and goal to 9. Tobin under center, going to shift right. Loaded up on that side. The give is moving left to right. It's Epley. Turns it up inside. He's tackled forward inside the 5. The 4, maybe the 3-yard line, going to set up second down and goal for the Yellow Jackets.
Good run by Epley. Kept veering the inside, not trying to bounce out. And that allowed him to get down inside the 5-yard line. And they're going to mark that ball at the 4. And he hits the hole hard. He hits it quick. And the Yellow Jacket running game is on right now. And that Yellow Jacket offensive line has got a push and the advantage up front. Let's see if they can get it in the end zone. We got Hoyle and Witt on the right side, along with a tight end and Widener on this right side.
They're going to do it again. It is Epley. Handoff going that way, and he's going to get into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Clinton 6, Southside Batesville 0, 8:57 in the opening quarter.
I'm not sure how many pounds on that right side, but there's a lot of guys over there. And then you got to try to find Epley behind all of that. And he was just like a jitterbug dancing through there and gets into the end zone. And that is a lot of pressure to put on a defense to have to get through that blocking and then find Epley. And the Yellow Jackets are on the board first, and they're looking to go for 2.
From the 3-yard line, the Yellow Jackets did not attempt to kick an extra point last week, I don't believe, in the 50-20 win over Central Arkansas Christian. And this week, again, they're going to go for 2. Tobin goes under center from the 3, middle of the field. Handoff. No, fake the handoff. Going to try to pass it out, pitch it out to Epley, but a lot of Southerners in that backfield. The 2-point conversion fails, but Clinton up by 6. Stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon races, Careers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
Here we go. Yellow Jackets to kick off. 8:57, second quarter. 6-point lead. Widener, Emberton. Who's going to kick it? They both line up. It'll be Emberton. He's going to kick it hard. It turns into a line drive. Fielded cleanly at the 48. Goes to a knee there, and Southside will have it just short of midfield.
Yeah, just kicked him a line drive there. On that onside kick, you want that thing to bounce a whole bunch. That one got airborne that time, so it was an easy catch here on the near side. Yellow Jacket defense held Southside scoreless in the first quarter. Let's see what they can do here on this first series after the Yellow Jacket touchdown. Our stat man not here tonight. Matthew Post is away tonight. We'll give him a break tonight because him, some family and friends have traveled down to Georgia. Going to watch the Arkansas-Georgia game tomorrow.
Joey Hicks, Carlos Nava, Josh Witt along that defensive line. Handoff, moving left to right, stretching it all the way across the field. Out of bounds is going to be a loss on the play. Kind of running lateral to the line of scrimmage. And the Yellow Jackets right there. Seth Case never could turn it up midfield. And he's going to run out of bounds and end up with almost a 3-yard loss on the play at their home 45-yard line.
How about those two? Dylan Jones, Austin Lynch, stretching all the way to the outside. And a nice job of defense, a 4-yard loss, as the Yellow Jackets did not let Southside get the ball turned up. And a good job by Jones and Lynch.
Okay, that's the Jones you heard last week on the offensive side of things. Scoring a touchdown for the Yellow Jackets, running the ball. Pass. Gets it out. Case catches. And he'll get across the 50 up to the 45. Tackled there. Short of the first down. Looks to bring up about a 3rd and 3.
And Nick Epley is down. Epley he came over to make the tackle, got blocked pretty hard. Still was able to kind of force the pile into the runner. And that would be a loss if Nick Epley not able to play, holding that lower leg.
And coaching staff, that's head coach Christy Fran, comes out on the field, as well as we got some medical staff.
I'm not sure if he got blindsided from behind or if there's no flag. I think the Yellow Jacket coaching staff didn't think Southside had got the head around. He got rolled up pretty good there at the 45-yard line.
I think that's Park Parrish, isn't it?
Park Parrish is on the field. From player to doctor.
Park, former Yellow Jacket quarterback, former college quarterback for Harding University. And he was even on the radio last week. I listened to the Harding Ouachita Baptist football game, and Park was the color commentator.
Yeah, very well spoken. Did a good job there.
He's a fantastic.
This was a tense moment for the Yellow Jacket coaching staff and fans.
And Nick Epley, I guess he's in almost every snap, offensive, defensive, special teams, returner.
You won't find a tougher young man than Nick Epley. He last week, he was in street clothes for most of the week, limping, but he showed up on Friday night and put on a show at CAC.
And he's going to limp off the field. I believe that may be with the EMT staff. He'll be checked out on the Cowboy Dodge medical cart by therapist Park Parrish, and we'll see. So here we go. 3rd down and 2 for the Southerners. Snap, shotgun. Haas going to keep it. And he'll get across the first down marker up to the 41-yard line. We've seen that on the last couple of drives. Haas would just take that direct snap, the shotgun, and get it up the field. Well, we've seen running quarterbacks the last 2 weeks. Williams is that right, for Central Arkansas Christian last week, and then Vega for Dardanelle. So Clinton certainly had their dose of running quarterbacks. Does not look like Haas, that's the game plan for him with the Southerners. For the most part, he's going to hand it off. This time he does again. It'll be a short pickup up to maybe the 37, a pickup of 3, maybe 4 at best.
Yeah, maybe a flag at the 40 there.
We'll look for the signal. And it'll go against the Southerners.
Not sure what that signal was. That the unsportsmanlike of it was. It was pretty quick with the signal.
Let's see. And they're marching off. And it will be a 15-yarder. I didn't catch that either. I saw the arms come out from the hips a couple of times. I'm not sure. I didn't get that full signal or pick it up from public address announcer Brian Henderson.
Somebody just put their helmet back on.
Okay. Well, it's 15 yards, and that's pretty much from the line of scrimmage. We're going to call it 1st and 25. Southerners back on their own side of the 50 now at the 46.
I mentioned that Nick Epley down in front of me put his helmet back on. Park said, take it off and run a little bit.
Haas wants to pass, rolls to the right sideline, is going to throw it up, and it's in between a couple of his would-be receivers, and it hits the turf. Incomplete. 2nd down and 25.
Yeah, kind of ran the wheel route that time. Had a man open. Pass was overthrown. And that'll be a 2nd down, and I see Nick Epley down here running and cutting. Hopefully that's a good sign. And now another flag, and I think an illegal receiver downfield against Batesville Southside.
And Clinton has the option of declining that penalty, so they'll lose the down instead of the yardage. So when you're at 1st and 25, instead of tacking it on and give them another 1st down, you go ahead and decline it, make it 2nd and 25. Southerners at their own 46.
Burgess in the game now, defense. He had a really great play last week against CAC, batting a pass down on 3rd down, leading to a punt.
Austin shotgun, 2 receivers on the left, motion right to left, 3 receivers in the pattern. He's going to throw it back to the right, behind the defense, but Josh Witt is there. He makes the tackle. There's a loss on the play back at the 41-yard line.
Everything was coming to the left here toward the Clinton sideline. Defense is moving this way, and he turns and throws it back across the field. Who stayed home? The senior, Josh Witt. And Josh runs him down and makes the tackle. A heck of a play when everything was coming the opposite direction. Great play by Josh Witt. And now the Yellow Jackets can stop him here on 3rd down.
3rd and 26. Haas going to roll to the left. He's going to heave it down towards the sideline. And coming up to bat the ball away is Brody Emberton. Incomplete up at the 30, and 4th and 26 for the Southerners.
Yeah, Haas put a lot of air into that ball as they rolled him. Once again, he rolls and throws. He didn't really throw out of the pocket, and so he rolled. They had an illegal shift, by the way, on that. And the Yellow Jackets will decline that. And the Yellow Jackets with a couple of a penalty and a great play by Josh Witt and an incomplete pass. The Jackets have it. Still 7:18 left in the 2nd quarter. And the Jackets, and look who's back to field this punt.
Nick Epley has returned, but out on injury moments ago. This Yellow Jackets 6-point lead nearing midway through the 2nd quarter. They've stopped the Southerners on 3 possessions. Clinton scored on their last possession. Can they do it again? The kick is up. Oh, that's maybe the best punt we've seen all year. It's high. It's deep. It hits at the 6. It's going to stay inside of the end zone. Going to be down at the 4-yard line. How about that? That was a pretty kick, and that will pin the Yellow Jackets inside their 5-yard line.
And he had Billy Stanley right in his face, too, to get that one off. Speaking of punts, this 1970 team, Nath Tumlinson, who still lives here in town, he was a tremendous kicker. Eventually went on, I think, and played a little bit at the University of Arkansas. But he had a game-winning field goal to help win the game against Berryville, who was ranked in the top 10 that year. And also, it may have been against Harding Academy or Heber. He had a 79-yard punt in one of those games to back up the other team and set the Yellow Jackets up in good field position. But he's here tonight, Nate Tumlinson, and, of course, his father, the namesake for Jim Tumlinson Field.
Yellow Jacket offense. Handoff. Tobin gives it. Is that Witt or Epley? We'll see bouncing around. Now bounced backwards. Gets to the 5 or just across it. Maybe the 6-yard line. It's Epley on the carry. He's going to pick up almost 2 yards. We'll call it 2nd down and 8.
Now, this is a big series for the Jackets. They got to get the ball away from the goal line. They've got to get a first down and then get some working room. They do not want to punt out of the end zone here with still over 6.5 minutes left here in the first half. So it's very imperative for the Jackets to get a first down here.
Tobin under center. Hand off this time. Moving right to left. It's Widener. He gets free. Tackled maybe just short of the first down mark at about the 12, maybe the 13-yard line. We'll see where the spot is.
Trap play going to the left. Widener gets through the hole, and he'll be just about a yard short of the first down.
3rd and 1.
Wouldn't be surprised even to see the quarterback sneak here. This first down is that important. Everybody in tight on this one.
You called it. Tobin's going to take the snap, move forward. And we'll see where the mark is. Just needed a yard. And it's a first down. There it is, first down. 5:50 remaining in the second quarter, 6-point lead. If head coach Chris Stefan could draw it up, he might choose to run this ball every play and just move it down the field, burn up the clock, score before halftime. In that last drive, the Yellow Jackets scored primarily on the ground, just taking the ball down the field. As you said, maybe just man on man. These two teams kind of a mirror image of each other, and it's been fun to watch. Despite a low-scoring game, it's really been fun to watch thus far. Here we go again, everyone in tight, the wing tee. Tobin, he turns, spins, and this time there's going to be a collision in the backfield. You get a little bit of direction, one player going right, one going left. The quarterback gets in the middle, and they're going to run into each other, go down. Be a loss on the play, and shaken up on the play. It's not Harley Tobin. I see him walking back to the huddle.
Yeah, they ran directly into each other. Tobin pulls out, comes to his right, and runs right smack into the running back.
Could it be Epley again? I'm not sure who. No, Nick's coming off the field with his helmet. We'll see.
That may be Widener.
What numbers could I not see? Widener or Witt or...
He was heading to run through that hole again to the left, and they ran right smack into each other, him and Tobin. I'm not sure if Southside had some penetration that caused that, run the offensive lineman back into that, but
down on the field. Let's go ahead and step away for a moment. We'll take a quick break. Stay with us. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Conway Regional has been the community's hospital for 100 years, providing high-quality, compassionate care. As our community continues to grow, we're growing alongside you to ensure all your healthcare needs are met right here in Conway. When your family needs emergency care, you can trust our board-certified providers to provide you with the comprehensive care you deserve when you need it most. When you're facing an emergency, trust the care you'll find down the hallway, not down the highway. At Conway Regional, we're not just growing, we're growing together.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry.
Hey, we're back to action. First time we called Dawson Burgess' name tonight, but he catches an 8-yard pass up at the 19-yard line, and he'll give the Yellow Jackets a chance. They're going to be facing a third and, what do you say, 3rd and 6 now at their own 19-yard line.
Injured Yellow Jacket was Zane Widener. I think maybe he just got the breath knocked out of him. He's up over here on the near sideline. I think we'll see him again before the night's over. The Yellow Jackets facing a 3rd and 6 here.
Here we go. Tubman's going to take the snap, roll to his left, looking to pass, throws it, diving catch up at the 30, pulls it in, and it's going to be a first down. The catch by Nick Epley up at the 30-yard line.
Now we see Tobin roll and throw. We've seen him do that the last couple of years. He is very accurate, and he get a lot of zip on the ball, even when he's rolling that time to his left. And so a first down. The Yellow Jackets had 2nd and 14. They convert a first down. Jackets have it up at the 30. This drive started, if you remember, back at the 4-yard line after that great punt by Batesville Southside.
Ten seconds on the play clock. Bryson Venable, he'll set up on the slot on the right. Handoff moving left to right. It's Epley. And he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, driven backwards. No gain on the play. 2nd down 10. Hey, from our vantage point, we get to look down at the stands here at Jim Thompson Field. The top 2 rows just below us, they just left. They're going down to the field. I think they're going to be part of the halftime presentation. Tell folks also what's going to be the recognition
Yellow Jacket
tonight.
Booster Club is going to honor the late Sherman Williams. He was a Yellow Jacket football player in the 90s. He was started both on the offensive line and the defensive line. He played 6 years for the Yellow Jackets, and he was an untimely death as a senior in 1995. Booster Club is going to retire his jersey, and he is also tonight's honorary Yellow Jacket football captain.
Shotgun snap, 2nd and 10. Tobin. Pressure now from the left. I don't know if you saw that coming there at the moment, but they will take Harley Tobin down at the 23-yard line. Going to be a loss of about 7 on the play and bring up 3rd down and 17.
Yeah, they got a lot of pressure that time. They've had pressure on the quarterback a few times tonight, and they still get a couple of defenders covering the receivers. It's a really good defense for Batesville Southside. They're not real big, but they definitely are a good defense. They've only given up 15 points a game this season. Now the Yellow Jackets facing a 3rd and long with just under 3 minutes left here.
Clock, 2 minutes, 50 seconds, running here in the 2nd quarter. Tillman's going to take the snap, roll to his left. Has he got 4 receivers in the pattern? Turns it back inside. Southerners are there, and they will take him down at the 21. Going to lose about 4. He's hit hard. He's going to stay down. And we're going to stop play here for a moment. He took a hard hit. I either heard the helmets pop or the shoulder pads pop on that one.
3rd Yellow Jacket to go down in the last few minutes. Yellow Jackets had 3 receivers all covered. That's basically a coverage sack. There was no one to throw it to. And then Harley tried to run and sack there. So, once again, this defense is good enough that you can't have lost yardage plays and make them up very often. The Yellow Jackets did a while ago on 2nd and 14, but they can't do that very often. They got to keep positive plays every time. And now Tobin is down, and we haven't. Now they finally roll him over right there. Mentioned Sherman Williams once again. He also earned Scouting's highest award. He was an Eagle Scout, Sherman Williams. And from all sources I read, he was well loved by his teammates, his family, friends, and it was a big loss then, and still affects a lot of those teammates and family to this day. But they'll be honored at halftime, and it's another special night here at Jim Tomlinson Field. Great job by Nathan Andrews and the band. They are here tonight. Batesville Southside brought their band, but. Now Tobin is up, walking on his own to the sideline. Yellow Jackets will have to switch up this punt team now. Tobin is in on the punt team. Widener will be, Widener, let's see, is he out too? Or do we have a punter at this point? Widener doesn't have his helmet on.
Let's see. Who is the number 3 punter for the Yellow Jackets?
They might have to go to Job Chalk here. Billy Stanley's coming on the field.
But Southside will take a timeout with 2 minutes, 33 seconds remaining in the first half of play.
That's probably a break for the Yellow Jackets. Time to regroup here and try to figure out this punt situation. Your 1 and 2 punters both out of the ball game. Widener here on the near side without his helmet. I hope that's not maybe, I'm not going to speculate. Maybe we'll see him in the second half, but and they're working on Tobin. I see Dr. Parrish working on Harley down here on the near side. Epley may line up in punt formation. I'm not sure if he classifies as a punter, but you come out to practice a lot of times and he's wanting to kick and throw the ball all the time. When there's a break, he's either kicking it or throwing it. I think at this point the Jackets are just like maybe to get into halftime with the lead. There's 2:33 left, and then maybe try to regroup for the second half.
Epley's in the shotgun now, though. Did Witt drop back to take the snap? Nathan Witt will make the kick. It's high, but it's short. It's going to hit the 39, 38. It'll be down there, and Southside will have it at the Yellow Jacket 39-yard line. 2 minutes, 24 seconds remaining in the first half. It's Clinton 6, Southside 0 here. This conference game, second conference game of the season for these two squads. Yellow Jackets won last week at Central Arkansas Christian. The Southerners fell in a close one to the preseason favorite, the Stuttgart Rice Birds. And so both teams looking forward to a good season. And again tonight, facing off. Thus far, really evenly matched. And we'll see if the Southerners, they're going to try to tie it up or take the lead here going into halftime. Yellow Jackets have stopped them 3 times tonight. Can they do it again? Hand off to Case, and I think he's going to slip down as he is moving to the right. Started to cut up the middle of the field. He'll end up with a yard on the carry. The game clock will run at 2:10. The Southerners have but 1 timeout remaining here in the first half.
Now with Tobin out of the game, you're probably without your best remaining linebacker with Davis and Hutto out. And so now even more pressure on that Yellow Jacket guys that are lined up at linebacker.
It's Job Chalk in the ball game. And Haas will keep it on the left side. He's met at the line and dropped. Nowhere to run. Josh Witt is in there. Who else?
And timeout by
Josh
Batesville
Witt.
Southside.
And Southside's going to go ahead and use their last timeout. Facing a 3rd and 8. They'll stop the clock with 1:46 remaining as Witt comes up big again.
Yeah, Job Chalk in now at linebacker.
Hey, Job Chalk was fantastic last week in that ballgame against Central Arkansas Christian. He was in the Mustang backfield, it seemed like, all night long and did a super job coming into that game. And see if he can do it again tonight.
This will be a big play. You figure Southside's going to try to, they got 3rd down and 8. They're probably going to go for it on 4th down if they don't make it with 1:46 left. And they're in the Yellow Jacket end of the field. So this is a big possession here for the Yellow Jacket defense. If they can get a stop here, you can get into halftime with the lead and then maybe try to piece everybody back together. But big play here.
So you got
to give the Yellow Jacket coaching staff a lot of credit. It's been a tough 2 weeks. Showed up on a Monday morning out of the blue, and 1/3 of your team has gone from injuries or quarantine, and they've worked through it. Got a win last week. Got players back on Tuesday, some players back on Tuesday. And now here they are on a Friday night with a 6-0 lead here with 1:46 left in the first half.
Here we go. Probably 2 plays to pick up a first down if they don't make it here. 3 receivers to the left. Shotgun snap. Quick pass. Left side caught. Case with blockers, and he'll get up near the first down marker at the 29. And let's see. It looks to be right at the first down marker. And we'll see. And they will say first down. That stops the game clock momentarily to set the chains, and the Southerners are ready to go. Austin the shotgun. He's going to shift Dunn to the right. Stays in motion. Rolls to his right. 3 receivers on that side. Quick pass. Gets it to Dunn. On the move. Down the sideline. Tackled up inside the 15. Giving maybe the 12. Minute 25 on the clock. The 13 stops to set the first down markers.
Now, one of the reasons in their wing tee, they do not huddle. That's ones that the defense cannot substitute, and they try to throw the rhythm of the defense off by never knowing when the snap count is.
Snap it quick again. Handoff. This time up the middle, hitting, spinning, but all the way up to the 7-yard line. A pickup of 6. Game clock at 1:08 and running. It'll be second down and almost 4. And the Yellow Jackets may take a timeout. They do. With 1:02 remaining, a 6-point lead, but Southside inside the Yellow Jacket 10 for the first time tonight.
We talk about that again. They run the wing tee. They do not huddle. That does not allow Yellow Jackets to substitute unless they run a player onto the field. And talking to some defensive people, that kind of messes up the rhythm. Defensive players get used to it. They go to a huddle. We got 20 seconds to rest and line up, and then they come back and run another play. If you go without a huddle, you're not really sure when the next snap is going to come. Is it going to come in 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds? And so that's one of the reasons with these 2 different teams here, they're running a wing tee without a huddle. Yellow Jackets do it sometimes. I think in a set they call NASCAR sometimes. They're trying to speed things up going without a huddle. But that's what Southside's doing now, and a good job probably by the Yellow Jacket coaching staff there to take a timeout and break up that rhythm. And we do know Southside doesn't have a timeout left, so if we can tackle Southside in the field of play, that clock's going to run. And so at 1:02 left, and Southside, if they're going to try to line up and run a running play here, if the Yellow Jackets can stop it, they can put a little bit of pressure on Southside as that clock will be ticking down.
Ball's on the far hash, the visiting side of the field. 23 seconds on the play clock. Haas is in the shotgun. About the 11. Inside handoff. Hit behind the line of scrimmage. Driven backwards. They'll give him his forward progress there to I think he still may have lost a yard. Looks at the 8, if not the 9. Josh Witt again on the tackle.
And that keeps the clock running down at 44 seconds.
Exactly what you called there. 25 seconds on the play clock.
And now do you force... Now the officials stop the clock.
Well, we saw the defender run off the field before they stopped the clock. Substitution for the Yellow. Did they give the defense a chance to substitute but stop the clock? I'm not sure.
There was an injured player or something there, but they stopped the clock. Now it's rewound 30 seconds.
Motion to the left. It's going to roll that way. Stop pass into the end zone, middle of the field. Incomplete. 2 receivers, 2 defenders. Incomplete. 24 seconds. 4th down. Call it 4th down and 5 for Southside at the Yellow Jacket 9.
Emerton and Lynch on the coverage. Both those receivers got a little too close to each other, and there was 4 players in that one area, and Emerton and Lynch knocked the ball away. And now it's 4th down. Clock doesn't really matter now unless they get there's 24 seconds left. They're either going to get a touchdown, a first down, or they're going to turn it over. So a huge play by the Yellow Jacket defense. Jordan Benson trying to urge them on at the bottom of your screen if you're watching.
Here we go. Haas takes the snap, rolls to his right. It's going to step back. Pressure by Witt. Going to throw it back across the field to the left side. Dunn is all alone. He makes the catch, and it's a touchdown. Well, everybody, I guess, goes to the right offense, left defense, and Dunn sneaks over there all alone, and we're tied at 6 with 18
I'm not sure if they lined him up at wing back or at tied in on the right. It was that delay throwback. We've seen the other teams do that before. The Razorbacks have done that play before, but everything goes to the right. That guy's going to stay in and block and then sneak out and then throw back across the field.
Southerners for the extra point attempt to take the lead. The kick is up, and it's good. Southside 7, Clinton 6. It took them almost 2 quarters to score with only 18 seconds remaining. But the Southerners take the lead. Let's go ahead and keep it here. We'll take a commercial break here at halftime in 18 seconds. I guess if you're a coach and you pull out a play, you call up a play, you could not have asked for the better call at the moment and the better execution on that one, as that one either fooled or just got away from the Yellow Jacket defense on that one. And Southside
go back on film and you look at that. I bet you'll see that Dunn was in blocking, and then released out to the opposite side. Nobody's going to cover him. They assume he's still blocking and throw it across the field. Took a long play. I'm sure that's something they've worked on in practice a lot, because you got to give them a lot of credit for linemen not getting downfield when a play lasts that long. Usually an illegal receiver gets downfield, but not that time. And the pass was almost underthrown, but Dunn took it off the turf there, and the Yellow Jackets will receive the kick, now trailing 7-6.
Well, the Clintons had a good return team this year. Epley's back. Nathan Witt is back. 18 seconds. If you could get a good return, you might have a chance to do something. It's going to be to Witt at the 20. Oh, he's going to drop the football, pick it back up, but he's hit at the 23, knocked down there. 14 seconds remaining for the Yellow Jacket offense.
I think his Yellow Jackets will run one play and try to get into the field house on this one and maybe evaluate how our health situation is. I think
2 timeouts, but as you said, probably too far to go here.
Tobin's back in the game at quarterback, so that's a good sign there. Widener still without a helmet.
So Tobin and Epley both out for injury early, but they're there. Tobin takes the snap. He'll take a knee, and the game clock will run here for the final 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm going to say that's the best first half of football we've watched this year. And these two evenly matched teams, Clinton led all but 18 seconds of it. And Southside gets a touchdown. They take a 1-point lead, 7-6, as the teams head to the locker rooms. It'll be Southside heading up to Walker Gymnasium. It'll be Clinton headed down to the Dewey Williams Field House. Dewey Williams will be recognized tonight at halftime. His family is here. And stay with us. I think we can give you some information about that 1970s undefeated team, which was recognized before the game. My colleagues put together some good information on them. If we can find Nate Tumlinson or one of those guys, we may talk to him as well tonight. So we'll step away here for a few moments, but stay with us. Come back for halftime. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon Races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back, the professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
Ozark Health is a wonderful diamond in the rough, I call it.
Living in a rural community, having access to healthcare is critical. It has been a blessing to our community.
Not that I want to go to the hospital, this last place that I really want to go, but this is a place I'd recommend to anybody.
There's nothing like the individual care that you get here. It's phenomenal.
Our purpose for being here is to serve people. It fills me with pride that we're able to do that.
Ozark Health, your community hospital.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back, the professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Oh, the Shermans. Oh, not good. Is it very? Hey, halftime, and we've just had the recognition ceremony tonight. Jersey retirement. I don't know if we've had a football jersey retirement in this is our 15th season to get to broadcast for Sid King, KHPQ, and Clinton High School sports here on the football field. But Sherman Williams, who died in an automobile accident in the 90s, his family was here tonight. His parents, Robert and Kathy Williams, along with his siblings. That's Amanda Williams and Dewey Williams. And I got a host of other folks with us tonight. They're sitting right below us on these top two rows. They're just coming off the football field with Superintendent Jay Chalk for that recognition tonight. I think the field house is named after Sherman Williams as well for the Yellow Jackets dress and get ready for the football game. So a nice touch tonight. Just to read you briefly, I know Mike Holly put together some things for these special activities tonight. And again, Sherman played 6 years in the Yellow Jacket football program. He was a starter on both the offensive and defensive line as a senior. And he also achieved the rank of Eagle Scout in scouting, the highest rank that is awarded in scouting. He was a senior. He was a very popular student at the time of his passing in 1995, but he made a lasting impression on his family, friends, teachers, and teammates. Sherman's teacher, Jimmy Duncan, if you remember Jimmy Duncan from the years here, Sherman Williams will be greatly missed in every way possible by all who knew and loved him, was the quote by Jimmy Duncan. And again, as we said, he was the son of Robert and Kathy Williams. He's a brother to Dewey and his sister Amanda. And a nice touch tonight here at Jim Tumlinson Field, the Clinton Booster Club, and honoring and retiring the jersey of Sherman Williams. Well, also tonight for honors going on tonight at the field. First, if you're here, you saw it in the pregame ceremony. We got some else to talk to you about tonight, but we got a special guest here joining us at halftime. He may have been teaching and coaching back at that time. I know he was my coach in junior high football back in the early, coming up almost to the mid-'80s, but the early 80s. I called him Coach Tumlinson, or Coach T, Coach Nate Tumlinson. And back then, he is here tonight. He was a member of that 1970 undefeated Clinton Yellow Jacket football team that was honored before the game tonight. He says he's had a good time tonight visiting with his teammates, several of them here tonight at the football game. We've got him up in the booth tonight, and welcome back. He's not too far away. He's here in Clinton. Well, I see him at Walmart. We get to visit on time and time again. But let's talk a little bit and reminisce about that special team in the 70s and back then.
Yeah, good to have Nate Tumlinson, all of his teammates.
And proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Southside drives 53 yards, scores a touchdown, lead by a score of 14-6. Haas doing all the damage except for one carry. Now the Yellow Jackets will get their first possession of the second half. We'll see what the Yellow Jacket coaching staff drew up at halftime. Witt and Rose deep for the Yellow Jackets. And here comes the kick. Fielded by Rose across the field at the 15, the 20, the 25. Now cuts into the middle of the field, gets over the 30, and up near the 32. Good return. The Yellow Jackets are set up 1st and 10 at that position.
And here we go. We're back on the air. Sorry about that. So Southside scores quickly to start the second half. 14-6 is the lead. A low-scoring first half. Each team with a touchdown. We'll see if the Yellow Jackets can answer here.
Tobin's in. I still see Widener on the sideline. He does have his helmet on now.
Handoff up the middle to Nathan Witt. And the ball comes loose, goes backwards, and it looks like it was covered by Ashton Hoyle. So Hoyle will recover the football. Witt moved it across the 35, but the football goes backwards, and Hoyle will cover it. Looks to be at about the 34-yard line, so it may be
a face mask on that. He got spun around pretty good, then the ball popped loose. Personal foul, face mask. Now we know why the fumble occurred.
And that's the call. Let's see if that'll be 15 yards as they mark it off from the 34. That's the call, and it'll move it all the way up to the 49-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets at midfield. It'll be a first down, and that's a good way to start your drive when you need to try to answer and put points on the board.
I also see Epley here on the near side. Epley and Widener are both out of the game right now. Billy Stanley with the carry, the sophomore.
And into the line of scrimmage, but no room to run there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, we said tonight we had a couple extra running backs. We only had 3 last week. Now we're down to low numbers again with Widener and Epley on the sideline.
Billy Stanley in the backfield. Quick pass, Tobin to Emerton at the 50. And he'll spin forward a little bit. Tackler hung on to him low, but Brody's able to stretch out and looks to be about the 46. Well, maybe the 45 of Southside, just short of the 45. Let's call it almost a 6-yard pickup. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4 on the Southside side of the 50.
And good open field tackle that time. If Brody could have got past him, he had a lot of running room. And that's going to be a big 3rd and 4 here.
Maybe 2 plays to pick up the first. If they don't make it, Tobin looks to the sideline, and maybe some uncertainty there. As the Yellow Jacket offense will take a timeout. 8:53 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They trail 14-6. Okay, and
talk a little bit about the didn't get a chance in the pregame, but the series between these two teams. Yellow Jackets lead the all-time series 5-2. They are 3-0 all-time here at Jim Tumlinson Field over Batesville Southside, and they are 2-2 at Batesville. And these two teams have played 7 times between 2008 and 2013, and then played again last year in 2020. They first played back in 2008, and that was the 3rd season of Batesville Southside football. Last year, Southside beat the Yellow Jackets 38-21. Again, it was fairly even, except for the Yellow Jackets had 2 turnovers on kickoffs. They gave Southside a couple of extra touchdowns in that one.
Out of the timeout, facing 3rd and 4. Tobin the turn, they give. They've been left to right, inside, breaks free from a tackle. First down, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, down to the 15, the 14-yard line. Bryson Venable on the carry for the Yellow Jackets turns a 3rd and 4 into what he's going to go for 30 yards and a Yellow Jacket first down.
Yeah, sophomore Bryson Venable, that's got to be his biggest carry and the importance of it, giving the Yellow Jackets a first down at the 14. That's basically his most significant run of the year. And it couldn't come at a better time as the Yellow Jackets were facing a 3rd down and 4.
The give is to Nathan Witt, the right side. He's hit. It gets forward to the 10, a pickup of almost 4. Second down for the Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jacket offensive line, we talked about it earlier, probably has a size advantage up front.
Dawson Burgess into the ball game, tied in position on the left side. Witt, Stanley, Venable in the ball game.
Yeah, 2 sophomores out there right now.
Witt gets the carry. He's got a hole on the right side. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Yellow Jackets answer. It takes about 2.5 minutes for the Yellow Jackets to get a touchdown here in the second half. It's Southside 14, Clinton 12.
Witt carried the load on that after that big run by Venable. Witt takes it in the final, 14 yards there, 6 on that last one. And the Yellow Jackets are a 2-point conversion away from tying this one up. Yellow Jackets unsuccessful on that first 2-point attempt.
From the 3, under center. Oh, hit the handoff and hit in the backfield drop. The 2-point conversion not successful. Southside 14, Clinton 12. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
You know, life here wouldn't be the same without a sense of community. This is a wonderful place to live. The home of the Chuck Wagon Races, Greers Ferry Lake, and of course, Joe Lee Chevrolet. You know, Joe Lee Chevrolet is famous for fairness, honesty, and square dealing. Now for 4 generations. Sure, you can buy a new Chevrolet car, truck, any other place, but this isn't anywhere. This is home. They invite you to come on down to Joe Lee Chevrolet, where they have large rebates and incentives plus low interest rates. Joe Lee Chevrolet, Highway 65 South in Clinton.
We have partnered with Carti to bring world-class cancer treatment to Van Buren County.
Some chemos are between 1 to 2 hours to 8 hours. So when a patient is sick, diagnosed with a cancer, traveling to Little Rock, that's a pretty long day for sick people.
Back in the old days, you had to get on the interstate, go to Conway or go to Little Rock to get your chemo treatments. My mom, for 1.5 years, was able to take them right here in Clinton, Arkansas. Big peace of mind for my mom.
Ozark Health, your community hospital.
(14-12), third quarter. Yellow Jackets to kick off. Brody Emberton from the 40. Kicks it down the field, left side. Got to be fielded in the air at about the 28. Turn, get it up the right sideline across the 40, maybe the 42, 43-yard line. Southside Southerners will have it there. And we got a ball game.
Billy Stanley on the tackle. He's had a good ball game tonight. The sophomore, both on the offensive side and they're on that kick return team, makes the tackle. Still checking that Yellow Jacket lineup. Still no Epley.
I know Snick was not in on
and
that
still
last
no
offensive
Widener.
series. He's not in on the defensive series. And Haas going to keep it himself to the right side. Got a few blockers, but not much. Looks to be just across the 45. It'll be a pick up 5-6 yards on the carry. So Haas getting a big dose of the carries here late in the first half, and now to start the second half. He and Dunn, I think Dunn's had the touchdown tonight and some other big carries for Southside. This time he's going to pass quickly out on the left side. Caught by Case, but he's going to be caught. Defense right there. Harley Tobin able to drop him behind the line of scrimmage at the 44-yard line. And Harley's going to be shaken up on the play. He was there. Spencer Bannister maybe there. And
Lynch did a good job. He slowed that play up and then allowed Tobin Pennant to get over there and make the tackle. Tobin kind of came in there awkwardly. I don't know if he, from the shoulder and head area, made the tackle in the midsection of the south side player. And for the second time tonight, Tobin is on the ground.
Being tended to, head coach Chris Dufran is there, along with therapist Park Parrish. We've seen Nick Epley again in and out of the ball game tonight with the injury, and we've seen Zane Widener, Tobin.
Been a physical ball game tonight. Southside's probably not as big a team as we've seen all year, but definitely it's been physical. Kind of looking at Tobin's lower leg now.
And it gets given, and Harley's going to have to be assisted off the field. He'll put an arm around Park Parrish, and he is not putting any weight on his right leg. I don't know if that's a leg, a foot, or an ankle, but that's not a good sign for Harley Tobin, the quarterback for the Yellow Jackets, and then also on defense tonight as a linebacker. He'll come to the Cowboy Dodge medical cart with Parrish and be tended to there. And see how that might affect things for the remainder of this one. 6:54, clock running in the third quarter. Southside with a 2-point lead. Haas, shotgun snap, going to keep it up the middle. He finds the seam. It's the 50 to the 45. It's a first down up at the 43. And there was a lot of traffic inside. You thought he might not have anywhere to run, and then he just burst through, and it turns into a nice gain and a first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he got out of that. So it looked like he met at the line of scrimmage, and all of a sudden he squirts out the other side and a first down. And he's mainly been their offense here in the second half.
Empty backfield, but for Harse on this one. Two receivers on the right. Everybody's going to the left. It's the handoff to Case. He's stretching. Defense there. No gain. Might have lost a yard at the 45. Well, the Yellow Jacket defense has been fantastic at that tonight. That lateral defense just pursuing down the line. It seems like every time Southside tries to stretch it out the sideline, there's just nowhere to go. There's a loss on the play or they're run out of bounds, and they're just not getting to the corner.
Jackets going with 4 down linemen. I think they're not covering their nose on some plays, and that may be when Haas is going to take it and take off. But the Yellow Jackets have done a good job of being able to contain the corners.
Haas gives it quickly to Dunn inside, and he's running through traffic up to the 35, and that'll be close to a first down. Might be just short. I think he needed to get to the 34. That's going to bring up third down, the tackle by the sophomore, Dawson Burgess. Third and 1 if you get a stop here. We'll see. And it looks to be good for a first down. Up to the 20, that's the 34-yard line. Carlos Nava.
Injuries really limiting and hampering the Yellow Jacket defense. Probably 3 of your best tacklers are over here on the sideline, and Widener, Tobin, and Epley.
And you take what, Jacob Hutto not here this week, Cody Davis not here this week. So it takes a team. Some of those names tonight that we haven't called a lot before. Shotgun snap. Haas going to keep it. Gets to the right side. Gets to the corner. And he'll get it down. Looks to be inside the 20. And a Southside first down. Just kind of kept it. He had those backs in front of him, blocking, leading the way. And he'll carry it to the 19. Spencer Bannister with the tackle.
Yellow Jackets could definitely use a turnover here.
Austin the shotgun, back to his right, looks to run again, starts right, turns it back inside. And a short gain, looks to be up at the 16.
Yeah, it's been all Haas here in this third quarter, pretty much.
I don't know if you
Joe
just
Chalk warming up here on the sideline, so he may be the next quarterback. Nick Epley's also a backup quarterback. Of course, he's injured too.
Second down and 7. Hand off to Dunn. In the middle. Pile up. Short gain. 15, 14-yard line. Bring up third down. Nava again on the tackle.
Jacket defense really needs to stop. You don't want to get too far behind.
Nava, Witt, Hoyle. I think Joey Hicks along that Yellow Jacket defensive line. Everybody's in tight now. Haas for the shotgun snap. Hit just across the line of the scrimmage. Not much. Maybe the 12. It's going to bring up fourth down for Southside. It's fourth and almost 3 for Southside. The football is at the 12-yard line. Interesting call here.
Only down by 2. This really is a huge play right here for the Yellow Jackets because you don't know what you have left on offense. So you got to try to keep the score as close as possible, and a defensive stop here would be huge.
And Haas with 3 backs in front of him. He's going to run to his right. I think he can run. He can pass. He's going to run, and he's near the end zone. He's tackled into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Touchdown Southside, 20-12, 2:49 in the third. It looked like he had a receiver open in the end zone. I think he had the option maybe to run or pass. He kept it, ran, and scored.
That's kind of a jumbo package. Basically, you had 2 tight ends and a wing back on that side. They just overpopulated that side of the formation. And the first option was to get that first down, but then he was able to break a tackle and get into the end zone. And the Jackets will now trail by 2 possessions.
Up. And it's good. 21-12, 2:49 in the third. When we return, you're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Friday night at the stadium is not the time to worry about your finances. Let First Arkansas Bank and Trust ease your mind with their mobile banking capabilities. You can check your balance, transfer funds between accounts, and even find the nearest ATM for dinner after a road game. The free mobile app is available on the iTunes Store and Android Market. You can cheer loud and proud for the Yellow Jackets because First Arkansas Bank and Trust has you covered. See a branch for more details. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Savers says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Face mask.
Here we go. Kickoff return by Spencer Bannister, and a penalty on the end of the play. Might be a face mask. I don't know that it was horse collar. They kind of grabbed him up around the top of his shoulder pads, kind of swung him around. He didn't come straight down to the ground. Let's see what the call is. It's a personal foul. It is a face mask. And tack on 15 from the 33-yard line. So good field position here to start the drive. And we'll see who comes out for quarterback. We're looking for Job Chalk. That is the call. Chalk for the Yellow Jackets, the junior. He's the son of Superintendent Jay Chalk. And with Harley Tobin, he's still on the Cowboy Dodge medical cart. Park Parrish is down there. They've got ice on Harley's right ankle. So I don't know. Harley may not be returning tonight. Joe Chalk in the ball game. I think he's got Nathan Witt and Billy Stanley behind him. You got Bryston Venable in the slot. Dawson Burgess at a tight end. And the give and a fumble. I think able to cover the football. Was that Stanley? As he gets it in the belly, but it pops out. It'll be a loss of a couple yards on the play. Or a yard, maybe second down and 12.
And you want to get a new quarterback in, that center quarterback exchange. That's new. And then also the quarterback handoff to the running backs. That's a different feel they had to get used to. And so Chalk now in at quarterback with Stanley and Witt in the backfield.
And Chalk goes under center. Alex Louder give out of the slot. Takes the handoff, turns it up. It's Venable, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Just short of the 45, maybe the 44. Going to be a loss, and it'll be third down and 13, almost third and 14 for the Yellow Jackets.
Watching through the summer 7-on-7s, also back in the spring, too, Joe Chalk, his passing, his arm's gotten stronger. He's a much better passer than he was last year, so we may see him put the ball up in the air here on third down and 14.
Goes under center. Brody Emberton split wide right. Fakes low. Brody's behind the defender. Can he hang on? And it's off his hand as he reached back, maybe a little bit behind him, and thought for a moment there he might be able to pull it in with his left hand. He was behind the defender. He might have scored had they got that one, but it falls incomplete.
Got a little stutter step, and he blew by the cornerback, had a couple steps on him. And if he catches that ball, he's going to take that to the house for a touchdown. And that would have got the Yellow Jackets back in the game quickly. And now, once again, they are without punters.
And they're going to set up to go for it on fourth down, 4th and 13. Chalk under center, fakes the handoff, wants to pass, pressure in the backfield, and they're going to sack Chalk back at the 39-yard line. This defense kind of came from the left, came from the right, in the middle, just nowhere to go. The ball's going to go over on downs to Southside at the Yellow Jacket 39. A minute 24 remaining in the third quarter. Clinton trailing 21-12.
No time to throw that time on fourth down. Southside was looking for the pass, got pressure, and got the sack in the backfield. And now Southside set up a great field position at the Yellow Jacket 39-yard line. Jackets trailing 21-12. Neither team has turned the ball over tonight. The Yellow Jackets could sure use one now.
Tobin out of the ballgame. Carlos Nava, he's in the linebacker spot there in the middle of the field. He and Billy Stanley looking to pass. It's Haas. He's going to throw it. He's got a receiver behind the defense, and the Southerners will score. So maybe they try to catch the Yellow Jackets off guard. It's been a heavy dose of the running game tonight for the Southerners. So they're going to try to capitalize, go big on the first play as they take possession, and they will score 27-12, 39-yard touchdown throw and
Lots
catch.
of offensive coordinators like to dial up something big after a big defensive stop, a turnover or a fourth down stop, and then go for the home run, and they did it there. And they ran the post pattern. Number 80 makes the catch. I think that's Alex Cooper. And he makes the wide open catch, walks in for the touchdown. And now Southside up 27-12, and they need a timeout. Not sure what happened there. They were talking to the official. Now they take a timeout.
A minute 18 remaining in the third quarter. And we'll go ahead and keep it here a moment. We'll see what what happens here. Coaching staff from Southside out talking to the officials. And let's see what they want to do. Did they want to set? They're going to move. Are they going to go for two here? I don't know. They've set the football on the near hash, not the center of the field, at the 3. Now they're perfect on extra points tonight. 3 for 3. 15-point lead. An extra point would put them up by 16, which would be 2 scores. Are they going to try to go for 2 and possibly a 17-point lead and make it a 3-score game? Is that what the
15? Yeah.
Is that what the discussion? The quarterback, he was pointing to that spot to the official before they took the timeout. Maybe that's what he was trying to do, was to get the official to set the ball on the hash to set Southside up for a 2-point opportunity.
Yeah, 15 and 16 really are the same, but a 17-point lead would be 3 possessions. So, yeah, it would be beneficial for Southside to go for 2 here. Extra point really doesn't help them any.
And that's the call. So after the timeout, they're on the near hash, the home side. So the wide side of the field to the visiting side. 2 receivers there, 1 back in the field by Haas. They'll shift Dunn left, right. He's in motion. Haas going to roll that way. 3 receivers maybe on the pattern. He's going to throw it up. And the catch, is it good? It's good. 2-point conversion is successful at Southside 29, Clinton 12, 1:18 in the third when we return. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Towing and recovery is the last thing you think about until you really need it. Then you really want the best. There's only one name to call, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery. They have the largest and latest model recovery fleet in North Central Arkansas. From small towing to heavy-duty towing, Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery on Highway 65 in Clinton is the one to call, 745-2992. That's Justin's Collision Repair, Towing and Recovery, 745-2992.
The Blagg Law Firm is a proud supporter of Clinton High School Yellow Jacket sports. When you need an attorney, call the Blagg Law Firm. Whether it's an injury accident, criminal defense, DWI, family dispute, or Social Security disability, Ralph Blagg believes in equal justice for all. Located on Court Street in downtown Clinton and on the internet at blagglaw.com. The Blagg Law Firm, a proud supporter of Clinton High School sports.
Will bound into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. The Yellow Jacket offense will return to the field. It was 7-6 when we came out of halftime, and Southerners had put 3 touchdowns on the board, a 2-point conversion here in the second half. They lead 29-12. They got a 3-score lead, and that looks like a tall order for the Yellow Jackets this moment. You know, sometimes you get the injury bug, but boy, between the players who were already didn't dress out for tonight's ball game, the players who've been injured in this one, it's a good thing that head coach Christopher Fran has a lot of guys he can rotate in, because we're calling some names here in the second half that maybe don't usually get as many carries in a first half of a ball game. This time an inside handoff, nothing there. Stuffed. It'll be second down and 10 at the 20, but with some guys having to step up, especially at the skill positions in the backfield, and not just the offense, but the defense hit just as hard as well with those players out of the game.
It looks like we may be down. I counted maybe 23 active players right now.
Nathan Witt comes out of the ballgame on that play. Looks like he's been over and maybe have to gather himself here for a moment. Again, Job Chalk under center, the turn, the give to the slot. No, they keep it on the right side. It'll be a short gain on the play up to the 24. Bring up third down and 6. Landon Rose on the carry. 30 seconds on the game clock, 33 on the play clock. That might be the final play of the third quarter. We'll see here if they want to snap the football.
Yellow Jackets will be back home next Friday night here at Jim Tumbleson Field, and they'll take on Little Rock Mills. First time ever Little Rock Mills has played at Jim Tumbleson Field, and it will be homecoming 2021 next Friday night here at Jim Tumbleson Field.
I'm going to talk to. Hey, let's keep it here during the break. Let's grab we got a chance for an interview. Let's keep it here as we go to the third quarter break. Again, with Southside leading 29-12. I've dropped the headset down. Hey, Dewey Williams, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit.
I got Dewey. Hey, Dewey, tonight we've had the chance to recognize on the radio your brother Sherman Williams tonight. His jersey was retired, number 78, at the halftime ceremony tonight. We've talked about Dewey and the narrative that was written tonight. You and your family were out on the field tonight, and I don't know that I've ever seen a football jersey retired in my 15 years of broadcasting for Clinton High School, but they did in memory of your brother tonight, and that was a nice moment for the folks here.
You bet. It was nice. It was nice.
Right. Right.
26 years, and
right.
But you never forget them or anything, or so.
Right. You and your parents, Robert and Kathy Williams, here tonight. Your sister Amanda, and a host of other family members here tonight, and certainly that was a nice ceremony. So
You bet. We appreciate it.
And we told folks even that when they come by the field house where the players change it, that it's named in honor of your brother Sherman Williams, has been for years. So nice to see that too.
Yeah, we took some and donated some materials and labor and laid the block on it.
That's right.
So that
you and your dad
after
did
he
that.
died, yeah,
that's right. Hey Dewey, how about that? I think we may have to keep you on for the rest of the night. The Yellow Jackets score a touchdown. It's 29-18, and that draws excitement from the crowd. Well, hey, thank you, Dewey. Thank you for your family, and that was nice tonight.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Hey, Mike Colley. Well, I don't know if I want to give the headset back after Dewey's on there for the touchdown, but I was looking away for a moment. I looked up, and I guess Brody was alone. Look at the 40-yard line. Goes to score 29-18.
Dewey brought us some luck, but Brody wasn't open early. He had two defenders on him. They were between Chalk and the ball. They had the perfect position. They went up, and somehow Brody got his hands on the ball and pulled it away from both of them and then raced down the sideline 76 yards for a touchdown. And the Yellow Jackets needed something big to happen, and they did there with 11:46 left to go, and the Jackets going for two.
First play of the fourth quarter. Chalk goes under center. Looks to pass on the slant. Complete. The two-point conversion is good. He goes to Brody Emberton, and it's 29-20 with 11:46 remaining. Keep it here. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
The all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram & Clinton is gearing up for football season. Yep, we've got a huge lineup of Rams that are sure to fit all of your tailgating needs. So put on that lucky jersey and score huge savings during the summer clearance event. Can't wait to see you at the all-new Cowboy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram & Clinton and at cowboycdjr.com.
Emberton on for the kick. Head coach Chris Franny likes the onside kick. Boy, one would be timely here. He gets the bounce. It's up. It's fielded at the 45, and the Southerners will cover. Boy, I thought there for a moment, boy, if you can get a turnover, you might think you're back in this one. Boy, if you get an onside kick, and that would give you something. But 29-20, Chalk and Emberton score on the first play of the fourth quarter.
They ran the slant play on the two-point conversion. Emberton with that quick first step, then got between his defender and Chalk put it right on the money and led him on the pass. And the Jacket defense needs to stop here. Jackets need the ball a couple more times tonight.
So Southside has scored 3 times in the second half. That last score was in one play on a 39-yard touchdown pass down the middle of the field. Other than that, it's been mostly the running game with Haas. He's going to run again on this first down play. He's to the left side. No room to run. He goes down behind the line of scrimmage at the 44-yard line. A loss of 2 on the carry. And again, it seems like every time they try to stretch the field, get to the sideline, the Yellow Jack defense is right there. And a loss on the play. Second down and 12.
Spencer Bannister, Austin Lynch stretched it all the way to the sideline.
Nathan Witt, he's a cornerback on the right side. Bannister over there as well. Emberton's over here on the left side. Lynch. Haas in the shotgun. The 40 and a bad snap. It's on the turf. Haas picks it up. And they may say the ball was down when he touched it. The ball was on the turf. He reaches down and the ball is dead there. It's at the 40-yard line. So back-to-back losses on the play. It's third and 16 for Southside.
It's the second bad snap we saw tonight. One of those back in the first quarter. That one dribbled on the ground, and the quarterback bent down to pick it up. Knee touched the ground, and now this is a huge play for Clinton.
They forced the Southerners to punt. They get a stop here. Haas fakes the pass. He's pressured. He wants to run. Caught by Dunn. 42. Has a blocker. And Yellow Jackets going to make the tackle at about the Yellow Jacket 48-yard line. It's short first down. There was a flag. And it's a hold on the Southerners. This one's coming back.
Yeah, Billy Stanley blitzed through from a linebacker spot, and he was in hot pursuit of the quarterback. I think somebody may have grabbed him at the last minute and held to prevent a sack, and that's going to back this one up because Southside got within fourth down opportunity there. Got within about 2 yards of a first down, so definitely you want to take this penalty and back them up.
And that's a spot foul from where it occurred on the field. The flag is at the Southside 37-yard line, and that'll take it back to the 27. And now the Southerners going to be facing, I don't know, what do you call that, 3rd and 26 or so or more. And that did stop the game clock at 10:17, the play clock at 25.
About
and
20,
Southside in shotgun.
30 yards on this.
And a quick inside handoff to Case. Gets the left side, spins away, but he will go to the turf at the 35-yard line. So an 8-yard gain. Going to be 4th and, what do you call it? 4th and 21 maybe? The clock under 10 minutes.
4th and 21. Jacket defense did what it had to do there. Got a 3 and out. This kicker's pretty good, though. He's kicked a couple of really nice deep punts with a lot of hang time.
Bannister will drop back all alone inside the 30. The kick, it's high. It's a pretty kick. And Spencer Bannister, it's off his hands, going backwards, going to have to cover the football. It's loose. And I think the Southerners have come up with it. We
got a flag back at the 30. It's going to be on Southside. This one's coming back. Flag dropped even before the ball was snapped.
And we'll see. It's the officials. And a false start. And so that maybe becomes the biggest penalty of the night. That will negate the turnover by the Yellow Jackets on the punt return. And we'll go back and do this one again.
Really no need to argue for Southside on the far side. He dropped the flag almost when the ball hadn't even been snapped yet. So the flag was already there. It wasn't thrown late or anything like that. That one's coming back. Not sure if Spencer got that one in the lights or something there. And now we see Brody Emerton now lining up a kick return. Another great kick by the Southside punter, though. Gets a lot of hang time on that ball. Nate Tumilton will be proud of that one.
Brody, he is about as deep as you'll ever see a high school kick return man. What Brody is, he's back at the 25. He's 45 yards. He's at the 30 now. This kick a little bit shorter. It's going to hit the turf at the 37, take a Southerner roll down to the 29-yard line. Yellow Jackets will have it there. 9:15 remaining. They trail by 9 when we return. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
The Yellow Jackets scored their last possession on that big pass from Job Chalk to Brody Emberton for 76 yards. And the Yellow Jackets could use something like that again here. Still a lot of time left. 9:15 left. Jackets trail 29-20. If you just tuned in late, it was 7-6 Southside at the half. They scored with 18 seconds left before the half. But the injury bug has hit the Yellow Jackets hard tonight with quarterback Harley Tobin out and both wingbacks, Zane Widener and Nick Epley, out of the ball game.
Chalking a quick pass to Emberton. Catches behind the line of scrimmage. Spins, makes him, gets away from a defender. Second defender come up, giving chase on the sideline. Able to go low, make the tackle, but all the way up at the Yellow Jacket 44-yard line, 20 yards on the throw and catch. And I think he may have caught that pass behind the line of scrimmage. He had to spin away from a defender who was right up on him, and it goes for 20.
That's it. Would help to make that pass, too. Joe put that ball on a rope. He got that thing out there quickly, almost like a fastball in baseball. And as you said, Brody did a little spin move to get away from the defender. Brody's got a quick first step. We see that on the basketball floor, and we just saw it here on the football field.
He'll come into the sideline and try to catch his breath. running play here on first down. Met at the line of scrimmage, or maybe a loss of a yard on the play. Nowhere to run. Nathan Witt on the carry. Well, we saw the Yellow Jacket running game have success, in the first half. Only one touchdown, but they did move the football at times, but it's slowed down on these last couple of drives. Big plays through the air. And Emberton is back in the ballgame. Still single coverage on the left side. And Chalk's looking his way again, wants to pass. He's going to throw it. Intercepted. 50, 45, 40 to the sideline. Josh Witt going to make the tackle out of bounds. And that time, pass maybe comes up just a little bit short. Hall breaks on the football, and he's able to come in between the football and Emberton and pick it off. Is that the first turnover of the night?
First turnover of the night for either team. Chalk tried to go back to Emberton one more time, but that pass was picked off by Southside, and they'll have the ball at the Clinton 31-yard line. $8:20 left in this one. Back here at Jim Tomlinson Field next Friday night. Hope the Yellow Jackets are back at full strength. They'll take on Little Rock Mills. Mills also undefeated in conference play. They feature a new quarterback this year. They had a really good one last year in a sophomore, but a young man from Pine Bluff Whitehall, all conference, moves in to Little Rock Mills, is now the quarterback there.
And Haas going to take the shotgun snap to run the football up the middle. Gets into the secondary up at the 15, a 16-yard carry. And a first down at the 15 again. Now maybe but for that 39-yard touchdown pass. Seems like it's been all Haas here running the football in the second half. Shotgun. We call that an empty backfield. I don't know. They've got three players on the right side in the slot or in tight. A couple players on the left side. He's going to take it again, just run up the middle. And he's inside the 5, and I guess maybe they try to spread the field just a little bit, get those defenders out of the way. And Haas, if he gets a block there at the line of scrimmage, he's into the linebackers or the second level, maybe, as they see. And he's got first and goal at the 5.
Southside trying to put this one away with a score. Yellow Jacket defense trying to get a stop here.
Inside handoff to Dunn. And it looks like he's into the end zone. Touchdown. Is it Jacob Dunn? It comes with 7:16 remaining at Southside 35, Clinton 20. And again, it looks like they'll go for the 2-point conversion and try to turn a 15-point ball game into a 17-point ball game. That'll be a 3-score differential. Handoff, and not going to make it. Hit, push back, and 35-20 will remain the score when we return. You're listening to KHPQ in Clinton High School Sports.
Ozark Health is a wonderful diamond in the rough, I call it.
Living in a rural community, having access to healthcare is critical. It has been a blessing to our community.
Not that I want to go to the hospital, this last place that I really want to go, but this is a place I'd recommend to anybody.
There's nothing like the individual care that you get here. It's phenomenal.
Our purpose for being here is to serve people. It fills me with pride that we're able to do that.
Ozark Health, your community hospital.
F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store, is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. F.L. Davis Cash Lumber can help with your electrical, plumbing, paint, tools, hardware, and flooring needs. They're a full-service hardware store and lumber yard. F.L. Davis can provide you with everything you need for your residential or commercial projects. The knowledgeable staff is always on hand to answer your questions. Visit F.L. Davis Cash Lumber, your Ace Hardware store. Same place, now Ace.
Outside. kicks it down the field. I think this one's going to go into the end zone again. The Southerners, a touchback. And Yellow Jacket offense will set up with 7:16
Kicker for
remaining.
Southside, he's a weapon. If you can kick in the end zone every time, force the other team to have to go 80 yards in high school football, that's a definite advantage. And then we've also seen the way he punts tonight. He's pinned the Yellow Jackets deep several times. Hey, Jackets still hanging around, only 2 scores behind. Anything can happen. If the Yellow Jackets could score, maybe roll out an onside kick. Still 7:16 left in this one.
And again, Harley Tobin out of the ball game with an injured right ankle. Joe Chalk remains in the ball game, junior at quarterback. Turn to give, handoff, the backfield, get to the left side, hit, spun around, but spinning forward, and looks to be up to the 22, if not the 23-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. That's Billy Stanley on the carry.
Stanley got a lot of carries tonight. Good experience for the young sophomore. He's a big, strong young man.
Chalk under center. Everybody blocking to the left. The handoff coming to the left. That's Bryston Venable. And he'll get to maybe the 24-yard line. Pickup of 2. Going to bring up 3rd down. Josh Witt was getting taped up by Park Parrish. I think they were doing something with his hand there for moments, but he's back out on the field on the offensive line. He goes offense, defense throughout the ball game.
I'm not sure if we've had a game that we've done where we've had this many players go down with injuries after the game started. I remember going to Newport one of those years. I think we had 7 or 8 players in street clothes before the game started. But I don't know if we've had injuries to 3 key players in the same game.
And Joe Chalk's going to throw on the run. It's caught. It looks to be a first down. I think that's Landon Rose on the catch across the 30. That's a big play there to keep the drive alive with 5:51 to go.
Another good throw by Chalk, rolling a little bit to his right. Put the ball right on the money, and the Yellow Jackets get a much-needed first down up near the 31.
Well, I think if we were ahead and talking about injured players and needing to pull out a win, hang on. Chalk's under center, first down. Spencer Bannister splits wide left. Turn to give, handoff up the middle. It's got a hold the line of scrimmage, knocked down at the 35. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did we have the lead when we had to call Dylan Toney back into the ball game at Lone Oak to get a first down or keep the drive alive and go on to defeat the Jackrabbits?
Yeah, back in 2010. Yeah, the Yellow Jacket, that team that won a conference championship with Dr. Park Parrish at quarterback down here in front of us. Yeah, the final game of the year at Lone Oak, the Yellow Jackets needed a win to have an outright championship. If not, they'd have to share it with Heber Springs. And it looked like the Jackets had the game well in hand.
Chalk's going to pass across the middle. Caught! Dawson Burgess at the 49. It's a first down.
Good job as Chalk looked over here on the near side to Austin Lynch and then moved his eyes to the center of the field and hit Burgess over the middle. And now Burgess is down, and maybe that's a cramp, I think. Just to finish that story, Yellow Jackets looked like they had the game in hand, and then Lone Oak hit a couple passes late on us and got back within a score. And on that final drive, Yellow Jackets trying to run out the clock. I think Tony had already taken his helmet off, was on the sideline for most of the fourth quarter. And the Yellow Jackets had, I think, what was it, probably a 4th and 4 at about the Yellow Jacket, down about the 30-yard line. So they decided to go for it on 4th and 4. Tony trots back onto the field, puts his helmet on, and I think he drags a Lone Oak player for, about 7 yards for a first down. And then he kind of limps back off the field, and the Yellow Jackets run out the clock. But that's one of our favorite memories of Yellow Jacket football over the years. Dylan Toney wasn't real big, but he was going to get 3 yards or more every time at playing fullback.
Seems like head coach Chris DeFran, he seems like he's always got a fullback, and they may be undersized, but whether it was Dylan Toney then or maybe it's Jacob Hutto who's out with injury tonight, he always seems to have one of those guys who's a quick hitter between the tackles and always seems to have a lot of success in this wing T offense. And, again, Toney, one of those guys who we still remember.
It's been a pretty physical game. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. Batesville Southside is a large, fast-growing school. They, like Dardanelle that we played 2 weeks ago, they'll be moving to Class 5A next year. They'll be in the same conference with Batesville and Wynn and some of those teams next year. So you're looking at a different set of numbers between these two schools as far as enrollment.
Well, it's a first down at the 49. Chalk's quick pass, swing out on the right side. Caught. I thought that one hit the turf. The official will say yes, it was an incomplete pass as it hit the grass before Brody Emberton could pull it up.
Southside, the cornerback tried to jump that route that time. Got to be careful with that one. But you may see Emberton maybe fake that and then run a go route. Maybe try to catch that cornerback biting on that quick out. Watching Peyton and Eli Manning do the Monday Night Football game this past week, they talked about that. He didn't like to throw those quick outs.
Quick handoff inside, but nowhere to run. Tackled at the line of scrimmage is Witt on the
carry. That story Peyton Manning talked about when he threw those quick outs, he liked to have soft coverage, but they get a tight man-to-man coverage up on top of you, bump and run. He didn't like to throw those quick outs, so it was interesting. If you hadn't had a chance to see that, you can switch over to ESPN2 on Monday nights. I don't think they're going to be on this week, but you can listen to Eli and Peyton talk about what it's like to be quarterback in the NFL as they watch the Monday night game.
Chalk under center. Short drop, wants to pass, pressure, flush him, roll to his right, deep down the field, jump ball, and, well, not a jump ball. He threw it on a line drive. It was high. It's going to go over the head of Brody Emberton. I think a Southerner tipped off his hands behind the play. That will bring up 4th and 10. Yellow Jackets at their own 49-yard line, and this may be their last gasp here if they don't pick up a first down. They trail 35-20, 3:49 to go.
And that's what we talked about just a couple plays earlier. That time Brody faked the out and then took off down the field. Chalk had a little bit of pressure and had to roll out and really couldn't deliver the ball on time. And the Yellow Jackets will take their second time out of the second half.
Head coach Chris Dufran will call the guys over. They'll talk it up. Jesse Wilson. I think that was Jesse Wilson was the first coach out on the field along with Jordan Benson and Joe Hudson.
Well, the Yellow Jackets, this is do or die here with 3:49 left to try to keep it alive. Good crowd tonight on a, iffy night as far as the weather goes, but the rain held off. And so a good crowd tonight. Great job by Nathan Andrews and the band. Student section came out tonight. I think it was Alien Night. They were dressed up like different, I guess we'd say, space creatures. And so they were here tonight. And we'll be back again next Friday night here at Jim Tumleson Field.
It'll be homecoming week, so lots of fun and festive activities next week.
Check Clinton High School on Facebook, and you can see what activities are going to happen each day next week. And there'll also be a big homecoming parade next Friday afternoon through downtown Clinton.
Here we go, 4th and 10. 2 receivers on the left, maybe a couple on the right. 5 receivers in the pattern. Chalk down the middle, picked off at the 35, 40, 45, 50, out of bounds there. And that time I think he threw it before Billy Stanley. I don't know, knew the ball was coming. He was headed downfield, and so the Southerners able to see that one coming and pick it off. Second turnover of the night, and Southside takes the football with 3:42 remaining. They got a 15-point lead, 35-20.
Yeah, there's some type of miscommunication on that play. The quarterback threw one route. The receiver ran another route, looked like. And Southside will take over with 3:42 left in this one.
And the Yellow Jackets, we're not sure on the extent of the injuries tonight. Handoff down if there are injuries that might put players in question next week, or if only tonight's game. But again, Nick Epley started, left the ball game, did not play again in the second half, I don't believe. Harley Tobin, injured in the second half, did not return. Zane Widener, injured in the first half, did not return. That's at least the the three that I'm aware of. They already had some other guys out with injury. Didn't Cody Davis, Jacob Hutto weren't in the ball game, so Coach Chris Dufran having to kind of juggle his personnel. Next guy up, and we'll see who's able to dress out and play next week. So really 2 weeks of doing that. Last week, it was COVID who knocked out 10 players and a couple for injury. Clinton able to get the win at Central Arkansas Christian. So I think that may even made that win that much better when you got that many guys out. And so now this week, I mean, this is happening in the game. It's real time with players going out, but we'll see how this affects next week, and maybe a similar scenario.
We had about 18 on the active roster last Friday night. We had about 24 on the active roster tonight.
Double handoff. Dunn ends up with it. He's got some room, and a touchdown-saving tackle by Nathan Witt up at the 23-yard line. Southside first down.
Check defense been on the field a long time here in the second half. Maybe wearing down a little bit. A lot of those linemen also play on the offensive line.
I think this ball game was a 6-0 game with 18 seconds remaining in the first half. I think if you said it's going to end up 35-20, a Southside victory, I don't think we would have seen that coming based on what we saw in the first half. But again, injuries and things can sometimes change the scheme of the ball game, and a couple of big plays by both teams, quick scores, and they end up putting points on the board in the second half, and they'll take a knee. And I think this last couple minutes going to go quick.
We talked all the time about how to end a football game. Classy move by Coach Reardon. We talked about Coach DeFran. He would do the same thing here. The win's in hand. They've got their playoff points. Go ahead and take a knee here. We saw some other coaches the last few years that would still be trying to score at this point. Brian Reardon, this is his second year. He went 4-10 in his he's 4-10 overall. They were 4-6 last year in his initial year. Far cry from last week with Tommy Shoemaker and Chris DeFran on the sidelines last week. Both those coaches combined for 45 years of coaching experience and 330 wins. This week, Coach DeFran here on the near side with his 130 wins, and Brian Reardon on the far side in his second season of his career, and is looking at his fifth win of his career. But the Yellow Jackets, they're shaking hands down there already. They put up a great fight tonight, and they'll be back next Friday night.
Ashton Hoyle gets a hand from the coaching staff as he hustles off the field for his final play of the night. And that'll do it. That's enough to run the clock out. This one's going to wind down the final 30 seconds. The teams will meet, walk across midfield at the 50. Looks like Nick Epley will lead the way for the Yellow Jackets. We'll certainly hope that he's able to return next week for the football game against Mills. The coaching staff will meet as well. And it's a 35-20 victory tonight for the Southside Southerners here at Jim Tumlinson Field. Let's take a break. Back to the studio. When we return, we'll wrap this one up for you. You're listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Heath McCarver with the Conway Regional Advanced Pain Management Center. Our highly skilled pain management specialists evaluate, diagnose, and provide interventional treatment for a wide range of pain disorders, including acute pain, chronic pain, and cancer pain. When you need relief from pain, the Conway Regional Advanced Pain Management Center is here to help. For more information, call 501-358-6560 or visit conwayregional.org.
Life is better with football. And with First Security, we have the resources and the know-how to tackle your needs, plus a local team you can count on. So you're making better plays because First Security is making better happen during this season and every season. What's your better? Get there with us. Stop by your local First Security Banking Center or visit us online at fsbank.com today. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wherever the river flows and however the game goes. The River Company is a proud sponsor of Clinton Yellow Jacket Sports. Just like in sports, you want someone who has your back. The professional team at the River Company Insurance does just that. They'll work hard to find you the most coverage at the best possible price. Whether it's business, farm, ranch, personal, or automotive, the team at the River Company will get you exactly what you need. Sports is a team effort, so come join the team at the River, formerly S&P Insurance.
Steve Good at Goods Cash Savers says you can learn a lot about life by playing sports. You may never be the biggest or the fastest, but you can always try to be the very best and give 100%. And that's what they do every day at Goods Cash Saver. Even though they don't have the biggest building, they try to have every item that you might need in groceries. They also overachieve every day in their meat department. So when you're looking for a place to shop, give Goods Cash Saver a try. A supermarket that cares about you and your community and says, go Yellow Jackets.
Well, my colleague, you said, I don't know if it was last night or this morning, you said it's going to be a fast game tonight. These are two running teams. They kind of look the same. It'll go, and it was that way in the first half. It was a fast first half, only a couple of touchdowns, and I think the second half slowed down. More scoring, more injuries to stop the clock for folks who did tune in late. Tell us how we got to this 35-20 score here tonight.
Yeah, low-scoring defensive battle between two running football teams in the first half. Clinton, Southside, Clinton on their first four possessions, two by each team. Yellow Jackets and Southside punted the football. Finally, Clinton would take over late in the first quarter at their own 41-yard line. They would eventually drive 59 yards all on the ground. Epley would score from 4 yards out, but the extra point, the two-point conversion was no good. So with 8:57 left in the first half, it was Clinton 6, Southside nothing. Clinton forced another punt by Southside, but it's a great punt down to the Clinton 4-yard line. Yellow Jackets were able to get a first down, but that was it. Then had to punt. And then Southside has their only scoring drive of the first half. They take over at the 39-yard line. They drive 61 yards. And Landon Harris, the quarterback, did most of the damage, and he scored from 4 yards out with 18 seconds left. It was 4th down and 4. And Harris, well, actually it was a throwback pass from Harris to Jacob Dunn on 4th down, and with 18 seconds left in the first half, Southside takes their first lead of the ball game. They lead by a score of 7-6. That would be the halftime score. But then in the second half, injuries set in with the Yellow Jackets, and Southside scored on 1, 2, 3 possessions in a row to take control of the ball game. On the opening drive of the second half, Haas carries every play but one, the quarterback. They drive 53 yards, and he scores on a 4-yard touchdown. The extra point is good, and with 10:27 left, Southside now leads by a score of 14-6. The Yellow Jackets answer as they drive 68 yards. Nathan Witt, big part of that drive. He'll eventually score from 6 yards out. Yellow Jackets' second two-point conversion of the night, no good. And with 7:51 to go, the Jackets had cut the lead to 14-12, but that would be as close as Clinton was get, as Southside would score on their next possession. A 59-yard drive capped off by a Haas 13-yard touchdown run. The extra point made it 21-12 with 2:49 left in the third quarter. Clinton turned the ball over on downs at the Clinton 39-yard line, and Southside quickly punched the ball in. Haas scored again on a 39-yard pass to Cooper. The two-point attempt was good, and with 1:18 left in the third quarter, Southside extended their lead to 29-12. Clinton took over at their own 20-yard line after a kick went in the end zone. And Chalk, now in the quarterback, Job Chalk, for the injured Harley Tobin, hits Brody Emerton for a 76-yard touchdown pass with 11:46 left. He hits Emerton on the two-point conversion, and the Jackets had cut the lead once again back to 9 at 29-20. The Jacket defense forced a punt. Looked like Clinton might be back in the game with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but an interception would pretty much end the night for the Jackets. Southside picked off the football at the Clinton 31-yard line, and Jacob Dunn would score from 5 yards out. The two-point conversion was no good, but with 7:16 left in the ball game, it was Southside 35, Clinton 20. Each team would have the ball one more time before the night was over, but that would be the final score tonight. Southside 35, Clinton 20. Clinton now 2-3 on the season here at the halfway mark, and they are 1-1 in conference play. The Jackets will return home next Friday night as they host Little Rock Mills in the annual homecoming game here at Jim Tomlinson Field. Hope to see you next week. If you can't make it, you can watch and listen to it on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network.
Hey, again, thanks to one of our title sponsors, First Arkansas Bank and Trust, their sponsorship of the Player of the Game again this year. Stop by their branch in the Northside Shopping Center, see what they can do for you. Financial products, banking services, that's First Arkansas Bank and Trust. Tell them you enjoy listening to the game. Not only the audio coming over the airwaves or through your computer, but also the live stream this year. First Arkansas Bank and Trust in Cowboy Dodge, the KHPQ Sports YouTube channel, and the KHPQ Facebook page. Ryan Jones, our video engineer, bringing the broadcast to you tonight. Again, called a lot of names that sometimes we don't get to call as often with the injuries, but one of the guys that he plays both sides of the football, offense and defense. We've called his name a lot this year. I think if you told me coming into the season who's that one guy to watch, who's that ball game that the magazines will say, here's the guy to watch, he might have some postseason honors. This guy, he was big last week. He seems to come up with big plays. He was big in the first half tonight. And I want to go with Josh Witt, offensive line, defensive line. Just another solid effort tonight, and just one of those guys that you can just depend on from week to week and what he's going to do for your team.
Oh, yeah, Josh Witt, so for such a big guy, he's up, 275 or so, got nice, quick feet. Comes out, works hard every day. We saw tonight in the first half, he snuffs out a screen pass, and of course he makes those tackles on the interior, and then he switches over on offense. The Yellow Jackets like to run behind him a whole lot on the offensive line, and so Josh Witt, he's a good choice for your First Arkansas Bank and Trust player of the game.
He even came out of the ballgame, looked like he was being tended to by Park Parrish on the sideline, and maybe something with his hand there. He went back into the ballgame to finish out this one tonight. So hopefully his teammates will look like that. A number of guys had some guys out with injury that didn't dress out tonight, and then a number of guys during the game leave the ballgame and don't return tonight. So it'll be interesting to see what practice looks like next week and what the game looks like in the homecoming matchup against Little Rock Mills next Friday night. Hope those guys can get healed up. And we'll be able to call that game for you next Friday night.
Yeah, injuries and who we have available next week is going to be key this week. Coaching staff hoping to get everybody back together for the most part this week and definitely next week. But now they have to go back to the drawing board with, we don't know who's until Monday. We won't know who's in, who's out. And so I'm not sure if we've ever been a part of a game where we had so many key players go down in the same ball game, but we saw it tonight. But the kids fought hard, never quit, and got back within 29-20, even being shorthanded. But a very good, deep Batesville Southside team comes away with a win tonight. A team that played Stuttgart off their feet last week. They only got 15 points a game. The Yellow Jackets got 20 on them tonight. So, but the Yellow Jackets have got to go back to work. And next week is a winnable ball game here as Little Rock Mills comes to town. Hope to see everybody out next week.
Hey, and not everybody knows her, so maybe this one's kind of just personal because we kind of know the family. But I look down at the field right now, and in the post game here after, is that Coach Jordan Benson? And
that's Granny.
That's Granny that I think she might listen to the ball game on Friday nights. But she's live here tonight. She's down sitting on the bench tonight where the Yellow Jackets were on the sideline. And how about that, coming out to see a game live
that's
tonight?
The famous Jordan Benson Granny. And she does listen and watch. She lives down in Greenbrier, but she is here tonight. She's been here on other occasions before, too, maybe the first time this year. And she's a world traveler. I think she's seen every state. And her and Coach Benson and even Tiffany now, they travel around. But, yeah, it's good to see her out tonight. I think that's the first time I've seen her this year.
Hey, well, that'll do it for our broadcast tonight from Jim Tomlinson Field. Glad you could be with us on this Friday Eve, and we'll look forward to returning next Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff. For Kelsey Robertson in the studio, for Ryan Jones, our video engineer, for Sid King, taking care of everything during the week, and for being at the Gateway Twin tonight on opening night. It's been 18 months, and the Gateway Twin Cinema has reopened, so hopefully maybe you can catch a movie in the days ahead here in Clinton. For Mike Holly, I'm Jeff Hall. Thanks for being with us. You've been listening to KHPQ and Clinton High School Sports.
Thank you for joining us for exciting Yellow Jacket football action